Good morning. I have a lot on my mind with why people go no contact or low contact with their family, or even sometimes even with people that they had been close friends with, but then something happened and they retreat in order to save their peace and go no contact. But I did read a story yesterday about some movement in the Epstein files. Jeffrey Epstein's Zora Ranch was the subject of allegations and interests from investigators back in 2019. But multiple recent reports indicate that it was not actually searched by law enforcement at that time, unlike some of other Epstein's properties. State investigators in New Mexico have reopened the matter. The New Mexico Legislative Panel, officially called the New Mexico Survivors Truth Commission, announced major developments in the investigation into Epstein's 7,600-acre Zora Ranch outside of Santa Fe. The key highlights from the report include 14 subpoenas have been issued. The bipartisan commission announced it is issuing 14 subpoenas targeting multiple high-profile entities. These include federal and local agencies, the U.S. Justice Department, the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and the New Mexico Department of Justice, and the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Department, major banks, Epstein Estates, and a Santa Fe Institute. The subpoenas aim to uncover who at these agencies, institutions, and companies was in contact with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and to probe why local and federal law enforcement failed to thoroughly investigate the sex trafficking ring in the state for over 2 decades. The panel publicly called on survivors and members of the public to share information. A new official website has been launched featuring a confidential tip line to gather evidence and vet information. The commission, which operates on a $2 million budget funded by prior Epstein bank settlements, plans to physically survey the ranch and release an initial update on its findings next month, July of 26, with a full investigative report expected by the end of the year. Findings and evidence gathered by the panel are being vetted with the ultimate goal of potentially referring individuals to the New Mexico Department of Justice for criminal prosecution. It is important to note the distinction between the released files and the actual criminal files. While public figures like former Prince Andrew and billionaire Lex Wexner have been heavily featured in the unsealed depositions and FBI files, they faced civil lawsuits and financial settlements rather than criminal charges or criminal trial. And that about sums that up. You do not mix up politics with morality. You do not think it is okay to grape children and to dox them and to hide the identities of the pedophiles. And I appreciate you hanging around. And I certainly hope we see a bunch of fools in jail where they belong.